So, hello, welcome everyone to our team meeting, to Team Girls Night. I like to call them Girls Night because it's more fun that way. Um, and so tonight we are going to be talking about how to recruit like a boss. So, because I asked you guys what topic you wanted to talk about, and a lot of you guys mentioned recruiting. So, I thought I would share my best tips on recruiting, and then I also want to hear what's worked for you guys, for those of you that have recruited people on our team, so on your team. So, but first, let's see. I want to see who all. A couple of people posted in the group today that they were bonus qualified as of today. So, if you are bonus qualified, raise your hand if anyone is yet. I saw that Deb I always butcher her last name. Deb McKellen is is bonus qualified, and Christina, I'm going to butcher her last name too, Baltazar, is also bonus qualified. So anyway, congratulations to everyone who has gotten there. And if you haven't yet, you have 10 days left because we have a short month. It's kind of like a little bit not fair because they launch on June 12th. And so we have a short month to get bonus qualified, but that's okay. It's also such a new product, and so I feel like everyone can do this. And you bonus qualify, if you're not sure what that is, by by selling $300 worth of nail strips, or by buying $300 worth of inventory to sell. So hopefully you guys have had an in-person party. And if you haven't yet, I recommend you do at least once. And then, and hopefully you are scheduling some online Facebook parties. And I have to admit, I've never hosted an online Facebook party. I'm doing one this weekend. And so I'm kind of faking it till I make it. Have any of you guys done an online Facebook party yet? No one yet? Okay. I might have someone speak about that next week. But I am making a template because everything I do for myself, I'm going to try to do for you guys and make it duplicatable. So I'm making a template of posts and wording to post in a Facebook party. So that'll be available to you soon. I'm just kind of looking at what other people have done and faking it. But and I think I'm going to do mine. I've been asking a bunch of the ladies, a bunch of other stylists, and they said that they think it's best to do them in a Facebook event. So so I think that's the route I'm going to go to begin with, because I think a lot of people don't like to be added to Facebook groups. So this first one I do is going to be an event, and I'll let you know how it goes. And I'll post the content for you guys to do your own as well. Who is on the iPhone for Gina? It doesn't say your phone number. It says they're raising.
This is Deb.
What?
This is Deb.
Is that Deb? Oh, hi.
Yes. Hey.
So you did a Facebook, you just started one, right?
I have done a couple and starting one today.
Sweet. Tell us about first of all, congratulations on bonus qualifying.
Thank you. Woo.
Yeah, girl. So tell us your secrets. We want to pick your brain on, what's worked.
Well,
and what hasn't.
I don't know if I have any secrets. It's been kind of trial and error. First, for my launch, I think I kind of let it go a little bit too long, so people kind of maybe burnt out a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So then the second one, I kind of tried to shorten it up a little bit, and that one went a little bit better. And now for my third one, I'm actually kind of following a template or another gal in Color Street that was doing it as her launch. So I shortened it up. I'm starting today, and I'm going to end it Friday. And today is just kind of a teaser day. I did a live welcome video, and I'm just kind of posting, about Color Street, that short little video on how to apply, and then also just posting random pictures of some of the Manny's. And then tonight I'll do a roll call, and tomorrow dig more into the games, and I'm about due for a new manicure, so I'll do a little live on that and just try to get a little bit of interaction, and then Friday I'll finish up and ask for orders.
Sweet. So will you make the orders? This is one thing I'm trying to figure out. Let's say you have your Facebook party for 48 hours. Will you make orders end at the end of that 48 hours? Or will you be like, hey, our event is finished and now you have another 24 hours to order?
I would do that. I kind of made the mistake on my second Facebook party. I had the event accidentally scheduled it to end at noon on Monday, thinking that I would be done taking orders, and people weren't quite done, so I lost the event, and I'm like, oh crap. So I had to kind of figure out what to do, but my hostess was super, super understanding and kind of messaged everybody that had RSVP'd, and I was still taking orders until Tuesday. But once again, I don't think that I was quite, not adamant, but I wasn't quite asking for the orders yet, or didn't have the urgency. So I would be sure to say, the party is closing at this time, but allow a little bit on the next day if there's any, stragglers or what have you. But for sure, try to get them to get their orders in, as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So you're not chasing after them.
Like maybe
Say what a roll call is.
Oh, a roll call. I just did, and I offer, anybody that comments or likes or participates in the games, they get a point in for a little giveaway. Like this one, I'm doing a Starbucks card, and I'm not going to do a huge one because my launch party, I think I gave away a lot of stuff. But back to the roll call question, just introduce yourself, and I have been doing introduce yourself and tell us what your favorite summer activity is, just to get, people commenting and active, and that kind of boosts the post up too in the event.
Okay, cool. Will you share your event in our in our Facebook group? Because then we can all kind of stalk it.
I can, yes. Yes, I definitely will.
We can pull ideas from it, and I can add those to it and stuff.
You bet. And I did sign up for the post my party thing today. I haven't really dug into that to set up any templates or anything, but yeah, I'll share it in the group. And by no means, I'm not magic or anything, but with Color Street, I'm just kind of putting my blinders on, and I'm going all out. And I guess I'm basically not caring what people might think maybe that's kind of the weird way to say it, but I'm just all in.
I love it. No, you've been doing awesome, and I've been so impressed that you just dove in without that's what you have to do, is kind of dive in without knowing what you're doing. It's how we fake
right.
it and how we start sloppy. Those are I keep mentioning those phrases to you guys.
Right. And I do, and everybody that's been hosting for me, knows that it was in the pre-launch stages and we're in the very beginning. So there's going to be bumps and there might be snags, and I'm not afraid to tell people that, because there's going to be, every once in a while there's going to be something, and it's not within our control, but make the best of it. Put your smile on and say, gosh, I'm really sorry, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, I love that. So really quick, here's what I'm thinking of doing. Tell me if this is what you kind of are doing. So I'm thinking of doing a 48-hour event. Well, I'll probably make the event longer, but I'll post in it for 48 hours and then I'll say, okay, now maybe, do you think another 48 hours for the deadline and like post reminders those other 2 days, or should I just make another 24 hours?
I guess if you do 48 hours, that's fine, because even after the event is done, or suppose, the scheduled time is done, people will still order, but you can still, I usually just post a little thank you, Susie, for your order. And that kind of makes people think, oh, gosh, I really need to get on this. So I think it's okay that you do that. And I always, at the very end, or even before all the orders are in, I post a thank you and appreciate everybody who hung out and that. So I think that's okay, because that still is creating some of that buzz.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if an extra 2 days is too long. Do you know what I mean? Because that would make the whole thing 4 days. Does that make sense?
Right. But, if, that last 24 hours, if nothing is happening, then it really doesn't make that any difference.
Yeah, that's true.
I would just keep the momentum going so you get it in, try to get those orders in that last 24 hours.
Yeah, and I do think you have to remind people a lot and be like, okay, there's only, 24 hours left to
Right.
order. And like, okay, now there's only 3 hours left to order, because people just forget. So.
Right. And people get busy and, stuff happens. But, do post graphics. Yeah, post graphics of, party is ending at this such and such time, or get those orders in, earn an extra few points, whatever. Just to keep the excitement going.
Yeah. And Stephanie, will you share what you shared in the Facebook group? Is she still on? If you can unmute yourself for a minute. She used this wording and messaged a couple people to see if they would host a nail bar or an online one. And she booked like 2 in no time. So if she can't get on, I'll share the wording. Oh, her microphone. That darn microphone, Steph. Let me just read it. It's in Team Nailed It. I'll read it to you guys. And if you just look in Team Nailed It and you'll see it was by Stephanie Hyatt. And it said, host invite script. So she said, hey girl, I've got a free nail set with your name on it if you host a party. Would you be interested in partnering to do a Facebook party? And she said she booked was it 2 parties, really within an hour. So that's a great way to just get someone to book a party, because you could easily get bonus qualified just from one party. So anyway, wanted to mention that if you're trying to figure out who do I ask? Oh, she says she has 3 and almost 5 now. Woohoo! Atta girl. So that's exciting. Or you can post I posted in my nail group, Facebook group, and I just said, hey, the first, I said the first person that books a nail bar, but I would say the first 3, maybe you could say the first 5 people that book a party will get free nails. And I've been having people comment. I've had 5 people comment. So a couple ways for you guys to figure out how to find people to host an online party, because I'm super stoked about the online parties, just because I think they'll be a lot less time consuming than a local party. And with the postmyparty.com, you can schedule them in advance so that you literally don't even have to do that much. So I'm super excited about it. And if you're not sure I'll post a link to the Post My Party that I'm talking about. It's basically a scheduling system that you can use to pre-schedule your posts to an event. So you could literally pre-schedule them all. That way you're not hovering on your phone every, hour during that event. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. Okay, now we got to talk recruiting, because we only have 20 minutes left. Did anyone want to say anything before I move on to recruiting? Okay, I'm muting you all. All right, so let's talk recruiting, because that's going to be another way that you can really increase your income is by getting people in your downline, because you can earn commission off their sales, and not just on your first line, but on like your second line and your third line, which means like the people, like whoever you recruit, the people that they recruit, and then the people that they recruit. So it's really important that you are sponsoring. They don't like us to use the word recruit, but you are trying to sponsor people. So, and be thinking that for those of you that have recruited people already, I would love for you to share what's worked for you. I'm going to share what I've been doing and what's worked for me with this business and with when I used to be a Beachbody coach. So one of the biggest things for me is to talk up my team. So, and this, if you only, and you can do this whether you have one stylist under you or 10, but you want to talk up your team. And if you have 0, then you talk up your upline team, because you want people to be like, oh my gosh, that sounds so fun. Or like, this sounds like such an awesome community. Because I feel like the community is what makes people want to stick around. And I mean, what makes them want to join and what makes them want to stick around? Because it just wouldn't be as fun if we didn't have each other to like connect with and help each other, right? So, so really talking up your team, and I'll explain a little more what I mean. But you need to post about your team and about the opportunity at least once to twice a week, okay? So be thinking of ways that you can share about the opportunity at least once or twice a week. So, for example, yesterday I did a post, and it was just a graphic that said "Killing It," and I talked about how awesome our team is doing so already. And I noticed that Mackenzie Guyman, she shared that post. So you can always whenever you see someone else, like your upline, shouting out your team, you can do something similar. One way that when I used to be a Beachbody coach, one way that really, really helped people want to be part of my team was I gave it a hashtag. So first of all, I branded it, basically. I gave it a name. So like this, our team is Team Nailed It, right? So I gave it a name, and then I talked about that team name all the time. I dropped that team name all the time. So I would have people, and the way I did it was I used a hashtag. So I want you to be thinking of a hashtag for your team name. The great thing about a hashtag is that if you use it and you use it often, people can click on that hashtag, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. They can click on it and they can see all the other posts you've done about your team. And if you have other team members using that hashtag, then they'll see their posts and they'll see this awesome community that they can be part of. So I highly recommend you guys, you feel free to use the Team Nailed It hashtag. And then as you grow your own team, use your own team hashtag. The other thing that's awesome about using a hashtag for your team is that you can see how many times you've posted about your team. So if I do the hashtag Team Nailed It, I can click on that and I can see all the previous posts I've done about it and be like, oh, wait, I actually haven't talked that much about my team or about the opportunity, becoming a stylist, like that opportunity. So you can actually kind of count the number of times that you've posted about it. So I highly recommend using a hashtag and posting about it a lot. And you don't always have to have a call to action in your hashtag. When you do a post, it can just be like, oh my gosh, I'm having, like today, you could do a screenshot and be like, I had so much fun with my team. Hashtag Team Nailed It. I love this group of girl bosses, yada, yada. And it doesn't have to be like, join my team. It can just be like, oh, that was so fun. And it's just sharing the community and the lifestyle that goes with becoming a stylist. So that really, really helped me, because I would have people stop me and be like, so what is this team that you keep talking about? And so, repetition for people is makes people be like, what are you talking about? What do you keep posting about? So you kind of have to, and you kind of glamorize wherever you're at. So like I said, if you only have one stylist, you could still say, my team is killing it. You know what I mean? You could talk about that one stylist that's under you. Or if you have 0, you talk about your upline and how much you love that your teammates, which is us, all of us working together. So just be creative, and you kind of have to think ahead. So I don't just suddenly be like, maybe I should post about my team today. I mean, maybe I should post about my team right now. I typically have an idea in my head at least 24 hours, like at least 12 to 24 hours in advance, and I'll kind of write it out, and then I'll post it at like a popular time when a lot of people are online. So, so just get creative and kind of plan ahead of different ways that you can post about your team or about the opportunity of being a stylist. And just share like what excites you and what made you want to join. You know what I mean? Because you are your target market. Like, you're going to attract people very similar to you. So whenever I'm doing posts, I try to think like, what would make someone like me be intrigued in this product or in the business opportunity? And so, so just try to sort of think of yourself as the customer, right? Or as a stylist prospect, and talk about things that would intrigue you. So, and that depends, everyone has a different motivators that make them want to join, become a stylist. Maybe it's the income potential. Maybe it's the trips, right? Maybe it's the friendships that they make, in the community. It can be, there's like so many different reasons for joining. And so you kind of want to share the different aspects of it. So like when I used to be coaching, I'm sorry if I'll refer to it a lot, but I learned a lot from it. So one of the things was, I called it the 5 Fs. So you want to talk about the friendships, the fun, which is like the trips and stuff like that. Like if any of you guys are going to the conference in Detroit, you can talk about that now and how like, oh my gosh, what swimsuit should I bring for this trip? Or, oh, today was such a hard day with the kids. I can't wait till I go to Detroit. Or, you know what I mean? Anything like that. So fun, friendships, faith in yourself, like how becoming a stylist has made you more confident. And I can't remember. I had like 5 Fs. I got to remember all of them. It's been a while. Stephanie, if you can remember, type that. Yeah, I can't remember the others, but anyway, I'm sure they'll come up. But so you can also pull different aspects. Oh, finances. Yeah, finances. You can say like, oh my gosh. Okay, who knows? I have no idea when we're going to get our first paycheck. I hope it's soon. But maybe when you get your first paycheck, just be like, oh my gosh, I just got my first paycheck. I'm so stoked. Like, I'm going to, now I can pay for this bill, or I can pay off this debt, or now I can go get new shoes, or whatever it is. Try to paint a picture of how it's blessing your life. Yeah, so those were 4 Fs. It was friends, finances, fun, faith in yourself. I don't know what the other one was, because there were 6, Stephanie. I know one was fitness, which is obviously doesn't apply to us. Anyway, so those are different ways to share about the opportunity. Stephanie wrote fab nails. Fab nails, there it is. That's number 5. You'll get fab nails 24 all the time. You will have amazing nails. It's true. So anyways, those are just some ways to share about it. Okay. And then motivate them. You want to also like motivate people with quotes and with, people might have hesitations to becoming a stylist. maybe it's that, I just did another MLM and I feel dumb doing this one. So sometimes you can share, like if you have been in an MLM before, you can be like, hey, this is my second MLM. Like I kind of feel like the crazy sales lady, but I'm just really excited about this opportunity. I mean, just get vulnerable, share what your hesitations were before you became a stylist and what made you want to jump on it. Quotes, like different quotes, like saying, especially during the launch phase, I posted a lot of quotes that were like, I'm trying to think of what they were. One was about like missing an opportunity. Don't never miss a good opportunity. And I can't remember all of them, but anyway, look on Pinterest for like motivational quotes or quotes or girl boss quotes or success quotes. And you can do a post like that and be like, hey, if you've been thinking about being a stylist, like, and tie it into that quote. So I wish I had an example, but I don't have an awesome example. Let me see, hang on. I'm going to pull up an example. Just a minute. If I can get my internet to work. Sorry, guys. Thanks for being patient. Like I said, nothing is worse than missing an opportunity that could have changed your life. So doing a post like that, a quote like that. I did one that said, don't fear failure, fear being in the exact same place next year as you are today. So stuff like that makes people be like, oh man. And then I did another one that said, because I am crazy enough to think I can. Like stuff like that makes people be like, you know what? Yeah, I need to just take a leap of faith and do this. So, and then also just doing a call to action post that's like, hey, I'm looking for 3 girl bosses to join my stylist team. We literally, here's the exciting thing about this business. There are only 1,200 stylists, you guys. We are in like the newborn stages of this business. It is so exciting to be in so early. And so, one idea I had for posting that you could do is like sharing what states are still needed. There's a few states that still don't have stylists in them. You could do a screenshot of like the different states. If you're in the Color Street Stylist group, you could do a screenshot of the different states and say like, hey, I'm looking for reps in this state. Or you can say, I'm looking for reps in every state. I need at least 1 rep in every state. Comment below with what state you're in. That was a post I did when I first started, and I got some interest there. Because again, you guys, it's a baby business. There's still, only a handful of stylists or 0 stylists in some states. So that's definitely an idea. Anyway, so I hope that gives you some ideas. And I think it's really important that your why is stronger than your pride. So for me, I think a lot of people they're like, I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to be that girl that's like constantly posting or whatever. First of all, keep in mind that only 10% of people see your posts. So you're not being annoying because not everyone's even seeing those posts. And second of all, this is an opportunity that could change someone's life. And your why needs to be bigger than your pride. Kind of like what Deb was saying. She's like, I just don't care. I'm all in. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm just like, I don't care. You can unfollow me or unfriend me. That's fine. You're not my people. But just sharing about the opportunity and doing a call to action that's like, hey, join my team. That's definitely something, like sometimes I think you need to be bold like that. So those are some post ideas. And just like, oh, and Erin did a post today that I thought was awesome. So they're on a vacation. They went on a roller coaster, and she did an analogy about how her daughter didn't want to go on a roller coaster, and how sometimes, like, taking a leap of faith, she was like, and my daughter's missing out on all the fun. Like, we went on this roller coaster and she didn't, and she missed out on that fun thing. And she's like, don't miss out on something awesome that just because you're scared. So she tied it in and kind of did a post, a business opportunity post. So I thought that was super creative of her. So you can look at Erin Stone's post if you'd like. Anyways, so those are just some ideas. I want to open it up for you guys. We have like 5 minutes. I want to hear what has worked for some of you that have recruited people on your team. Deb, I know you've gotten some people, and Stephanie. So just unmute yourself and share what has worked for you guys. Oh, Stephanie can't talk. Darn it all, Stephanie. Okay, Deb, are you still there? I don't know if Deb's still on. Has anyone else recruited someone, and share how it worked for you? Or you can share, I'd love to hear how you joined. I'll share how I got recruited or sponsored or whatever. And then I'd love to hear how you found out about the opportunity. But my upline just texted me and was like, hey, there's this really fun girly business that is like in the early stages. I think it's going to be like the new LipSense. Are you interested in learning more about it? And I was like, okay. And then she called me, and then we chatted, and then I joined. Like, it was that simple. Stephanie says, follow up like a boss. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, because that is huge, you guys. Some people just get so busy. She said, even if someone ignores your message, again, check in. So yes, that is so important. And you guys, keep track of the people you send, people that buy from you, and follow up with them. Follow up and, like a week later, and be like, girl, how are you liking your nail strips? Like, do you love them? Have you ever considered selling them? I think something just that simple as saying, like, have you ever considered selling these? Because I can tell that you love them. Something that simple could open the door to them becoming a stylist. So anyone else want to share their conversion story? What got you in? Unmute yourself if you can, or raise your hand and I'll unmute you.
Okay, well, I'll go. So I think that what got me was, so Stephanie recruited me, and she posted a picture of her, and it was one of her maternity pictures. And she was talking about how she was starting this new thing. And then we were talking or whatever, and I was talking about how I wanted to stay home with my baby. And she was like, this is a perfect opportunity for you then. And the fact that she was willing to answer all my questions and made me feel like she wasn't just going to be like, I signed you up now, go on your own. And that's why I decided to do it. And I'm glad I did. Sorry, she's crying.
It's adorable, so that makes it hard. Yeah, isn't it funny? Sometimes it's like so simple. It's just like a post. And I'm glad you mentioned that post of Stephanie. That one too. And and the thing I loved about it was Stephanie posted a picture of herself and said, like, it was something like, I'm a new Color Street stylist or something with, it had words over it. And so I think that's really important, is that you brand yourself and you use pictures of yourself and things that are you when you're recruiting, and don't just use like stock photos or, only quotes or whatever. People want to see your face. They connect to you. So we are almost out of time, you guys. So I hope those ideas helped you. If you have any other ideas, feel free to post them in our Facebook group. And if you have any questions, reach out to your upline. And thanks for joining tonight. And you guys are doing awesome. So keep it up. Have a good night, you guys. Bye.